DCU.com. Digital Federal Credit Union. See what DCU can save you. Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'. Lexus and the Lexus Strikes Out Hunger program. McDonald's. Eddie McCafe Bakery Muffin with any size hot or iced coffee. Just $1.99. And by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Well, they have the roof open today here at Rogers Center. It was not the case about an hour ago, but when they opened it up, what they expect to be a capacity crowd erupted here. Not that there's a whole lot of sunshine. There's a little bit. But right now, the temperatures and the conditions are very, very nice for game number 2 of the series. Red Sox last night in 4 hours and 44 minutes. Knocking off the Toronto Blue Jays. It's but the 7th time this season the Red Sox have played a game at least 4 hours. Well, Garen, no John Farrell today. It's a wonderful story, though. Off to see his son make his major league debut.
Obi, what a special day for the Farrell family. As you mentioned, John Farrell's son Luke is making his major league debut in Kansas City today. The announcement was made last night that Farrell would attend the game and that Gary DiSarcina will manage today's game. I asked DiSarcina just what it says about this organization that they're allowing Farrell to watch his son's game today.
I love it. I know John, he asked me about it, my opinion about it like 4 or 5 days ago when he found out. And I was like, I knew where my parents were on September 23rd, 1989. They were sitting in the stands when I made my debut. And I'm sure you know, I said, I'm sure you know where yours were. Like just like all the guys in the clubhouse, they know where their parents were if they were alive. So it says a lot about Dave. You know, Dave's been in this Dave Dombrowski's been in this game a long time. He understands the value of the father-son or family connection. And you know, it's not like he's going to go start a high school game or a college game. He's starting a major league game, and it's a big thing.
Obi, after last night's game, Farrell said if there was one word he could sum up his son with, it's determination. And he said he's going to be very excited to be there today. However, he does not anticipate sitting. He said he's going to be pacing the ballpark.
Yeah, probably down the right field line where he used to watch Luke pitch years ago on his way up through the system. And I think it's a wonderful story. It's very touching. And it's an indication of having priorities and perspective. Instead of John Farrell being here, he has to be where his son is today, making his major league debut.
I tell you what, doesn't happen. First of all, it doesn't happen that a manager has a son in the big leagues to begin with. But you see that more and more today. You know, the family, the second generation, third generation guys, more and more. But it's a beautiful thing that he gets a chance to do that.
Luke is one of 3 John Farrell sons who were drafted and are in baseball. And of course, Luke, I think a lot of you know the story, twice overcame tumors to make it to the major leagues today. John's son Jeremy was an 8th round draft pick of the Pittsburgh Pirates. He's the Cubs minor league hitting coach. And another son, Shane, a 2011 pick of these Toronto Blue Jays, is now a scout for the Chicago Cubs. So baseball is in the Farrell blood, in the family. And today, father and son share what's going to be a sensational day. Regardless of what happens on the diamond and in his start today, this is an amazing day for the Farrells.
It is. It really is. And it says something about Farrell, you know, and it says something really about the organization. Them acknowledging how important, obviously, that is for John Farrell.
So Gary DiSarcina at the helm today. Here's a look at the Red Sox lineup. Brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. It'll be Mookie Betts to lead it off. Dustin Pedroia at second base. Xander Bogaerts had a big hit last night. So did Hanley Ramirez with that double that got it going in extra innings. Jackie Bradley in center. Chris Young in left. Sam Travis gets the start at first with Sandy Leon doing the catching of Chris Sale. And Devin Marrero is at third base. He's swinging a good bat right now. Up against the left-hander Francisco Liriano. 4-3, a .546 earned run average.
Defense for the Red Sox. Excuse me, that's Toronto's defense. You're talking about Barney at third, Tulo at short, Ryan Goins at second, Justin Smoke at first. Out in the outfield, Steve Pearce, Kevin Pillar, Jose Bautista in right field. Behind the plate, Russell Martin catching Francisco Liriano.
Umpires today brought to you by Toyota's website for deals, buyatoyota.com. Let's hope there's a whole lot less ball 4 out of Jerry Davis today. He has the plate. Tony Randazzo at first, Rod Gregg at second, Pat Hoberg the umpire at third base. Red Sox accepting 14 walks last night. We're available. This telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by Toyota. Visit comfort2toyota.com to see Toyota deals not seen on TV. Beautiful day here. 77 degrees. There's a chance of some thunderstorms later, but right now the roof is open at Rogers Center and the place is packed here on Canada Day. Today ending the first half of the Red Sox season. This is game number 81 as we start July. And Mookie Betts to lead it off, hitting .277. Mookie 2 for 5 last night with another double. Leads the American League with 27 of them. And the first pitch off the mid of Russell Martin for ball 1, and we're underway.
Well, you talk about last night, being patient, 14 walks, and then they got to be patient today. This guy, Liriano, could walk the ballpark too. A lot of walks this season.
And right away, ball 2. You're right, 31 walks in 56 innings. Left-hander who once threw a no-hitter. And deals another ball.
2-0 slider, not even close. 3 balls way out of the strike zone.
Dustin Pedroia on deck, and the 3-0 pitch. Taking all the way, and it is ball 4. So we pick up where we left off about midnight.
Here we go again.
Mookie Betts taking ball 4, and I think reading your scouting report. The layoff Liriano make him throw strikes.
Well, his best pitch is that slider. That is a ball. You've got. He hopes you swing at it, but you got to throw strikes for somebody to swing at that pitch.
Dustin Pedroia, .294, 2 home runs. And Pedroia last night 1 for 4. He walked 3 times. And Liriano has yet to throw a strike.
Russell Martin is his personal catcher. He had him in Pittsburgh. They got along great there, and so he's continued that since he came over to Toronto.
Another one into the dirt to make it 2-0. So he has started by throwing 6 consecutive balls.
I thought it was as bad as you can see. It was Estrada yesterday throwing walking 7 guys and 4 1/3 or whatever it was. It was ugly.
And he reportedly was distraught over his outing, walking that many guys, and that is out of character for a guy like that.
It's embarrassing is what it is. I mean, he got out of that bases loaded jam, which was unbelievable. But finally, Pedroia made him pay, got a double in the 5th.
When you see a quality pitcher like Estrada scuffle like that, the first thing that you think of is injury.
Yeah, because he's had some back injuries on and off. I think Liriano's had a lot of injuries too.
2-0. And finally a strike.
Yeah, standing O from 40,000. Get all fired up for the game, and the guy throws 6 balls in a row.
Dustin Pedroia last night set a new Red Sox record for a second baseman with his 99th consecutive errorless game. He broke his own record. And a fly ball into right field. Bautista to make that catch for the first out. Xander Bogaerts is next.
I mean, you walk that many guys, and it just takes. I thought the crowd was kind of tired last night anyway, didn't you? They were quiet in the first inning. They got the 3-run bomb, and they got excited. But from that time on, you kind of takes the air out of you. It's not so much the crowd; it's just the ball 4s.
I think it's tough, from a crowd standpoint, to watch a game of that length and to see so many walks, and there's so little action when that's happening.
Everybody's having a hard time with baseball anyway, right? The length and how long it takes. It takes forever to walk 14 guys.
Well, today Chris Sale's on the mound. In there for a strike on Xander. Had the big hit last night. He entered the game in the 10th inning and recorded his team leading 7th game-winning RBI. In the top of the 11th.
He shot the ball the other way. I'll tell you, that was a big, huge hit for him. Sitting around for 11 innings, comes up, gets the game-winning hit.
Does not happen unless Hanley Ramirez hits a bullet of a double. Hanley's last 2 at-bats, he crushed 2 base hits, and he came in to score.
Hit that ball, that second one, over Pilar's head, which is pretty tough to do. You see the highlight film with Pilar catching balls at the wall every night.
Yeah, he's one of those guys you figure he's going to catch everything. Not on that occasion. 1-2. Xander Bogaerts, by the way, is tied for third in the American League with 8 extra inning RBIs since 2015. So he's been a clutch guy.
Big lead.
Not running. And slam foul right behind third base coach Brian Butterfield. Butter very quick-footed. Ruben Amaro Jr. over at first base. And Gary DiSarcina managing the Red Sox today.
Last night the Red Sox had Benintendi running early. He got thrown out. Later in the game they had a double steal.
Sox 1 game in the lead over the Yankees, who also won yesterday. And the throw to first. Mookie getting a pretty good lead over there against Liriano, who faced the Red Sox in April at Fenway and got the win 3-0. It was a relatively short outing, 5 1/3, but he struck out 6, gave up just 4 hits. Oh, wave and a miss, and down goes Xander. 2 gone.
Oh man, this is a big league changeup right here. This is like slow motion. Where did this come from? This is a great pitch. It's a strike too, way out in front. I mean, when you throw a strike right down the middle of the changeup and he swings and misses, man, that's a good one.
Hanley Ramirez, 245, 11 homers. He's now driven in 30 runs, 2 for 6 last night. He doubled twice. And really driving the ball as of late. 5-game hitting streak, getting his 2 base hits. He's also homered twice during this hitting streak of 5 in a row. And that one tagged into left field, backing up Pierce on the run. That's going to be off the wall. Mookie Betts heading into third base. He'll put on the brakes into second, sliding in. And Hanley made contact there with the second baseman Goins, who took a bit of a tumble. Second and third.
It's such a late slide right there. He was going to be safe. He could have had a stand-up double, but this is his 3rd double in a row going back to last night. Hanging breaking ball middle. This ball should have been out of the ballpark. Maybe a little top spin right there. Slammed against the wall. Pierce throws the ball to the cutoff man, and he's got an easy double. He slides so late.
He skipped over the bag.
Yeah.
And caught a piece of Goins.
Boy, this is a great sign here. Finally getting a double off the left-handed pitcher.
They're putting a little dirt on the bag, hopefully for a better grip, because it's pretty slippery over there. So a 6-game hitting streak for Hanley. And the Red Sox have runners at second and third for Jackie Bradley. Red Sox trying to strike right away here in the first inning. There's a line shot, and that's a fair ball down the line, just inches fair. That's going to drive in 2. Betts is in standing. Hanley in standing. A double for 2 runs. Jackie Bradley right away. And the Red Sox lead it 2-0.
Jackie Bradley has got it going on for a long time, for about a month or so now. And you take a left-handed pitcher and hit him the other way. Fastball, beautiful, absolutely perfect. Right down the left field line. Almost a chalk ball. 2 runs are going to score easy. Stand-up double. He's hitting close to 400 off the left-handed pitching. It's incredible.
Yeah, it was 391 coming into today. His 14th double, and the Red Sox grab an early lead for Chris Sale. That brings up Chris Young. Chris hitting .254 with 4 home runs. Not thrilled with that call from the home plate ump Jerry Davis.
That's such a big hit, because sometimes you get a double and with 2 outs, get guys on second and third, and it would have been, not to score right there. He made them pay.
And as has been the case lately, Hanley Ramirez with a 2-out double. Bradley now with 35 RBIs after that double. And that'll be inside. Young being very patient as well. Red Sox making him work here. 20 pitches in the first inning. Mookie Betts leading off with a ball 4, and Sale with some early runs, which has of course not been all that commonplace. More lately, the Red Sox have been getting him some run support.
And Sale is on the mound. Hello. I mean, it's the best thing you can have. Here's your ace, got a 2-0 lead. Take the mound, punching people out just to stay in shape, especially here.
Slap to the shortstop, Tulowitzki. And that'll retire the side, but a very nice start for the Red Sox. They get 2 right away against Liriano, with Chris Sale ready to throw his first pitch. Brought to you by New England Chevy dealers. Batista will lead things off, then Russell Martin and Josh Donaldson. Justin Smoak with 22 home runs, hit one last night. Tulowitzki at short, Steve Pearce followed by Kevin Pillar, Darwin Barney, and Ryan Goins. Against the Red Sox starter, presented by New England Audi dealers, Chris Sale, 10-3, 2.77 ERA, the Major League's #1 strikeout king. And he was totally dominant here on April 20th, striking out a season high 13 Blue Jays. That'll miss for a ball, 1-1.
You know, that was a game that he lost. He went out of that game 8 innings, winning 1-0. That's the only blown save that Kimbrel's had this year.
High fly down the right field line, but they'll slice foul out of play off into the stands.
If I recall, it was Morales that took him deep. Kimbrel dead center field.
It was a game that the Red Sox actually won. They won that game 4-1.
But you could go back to that. There's a couple of games early on that Sale could have won. I mean, he could easily be, what, 12-3.
Well, should have had the win in that one. Up top at 94. Batista's had a good home run year with 14. But only hitting .234.
Boy, watching him hit, he's got a good eye, but he's trying to leave every swing.
He's always taking a lot of walks. And popped him up. Leon heading back to the netting, but that one's going to be over the top of the screen.
Every time out, you talk about Sale, we can get into what he's done this year. It's historic. It really is. You talk about a guy who's punched out 10 or more 10 times out of 16 starts, and there's 3 other starts he had 9. That could be like 13 out of 16 starts with double-digit punch outs. I mean, that's great. That's the company he's keeping. I think some other the company is Randy Johnson stuff.
He walks his first man. The leadoff hitter Bautista.
Boy, you never see that. You never see walks to begin with, let alone leadoff walks. Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Red Sox at third base, Devin Marrero. Bogarts at short. Pedroia at second. Sam Travis at first. Out in the outfield, Chris Young in left. Jackie Bradley Jr. in center. Mookie Betts in right. Behind the plate, Sandy Leone catching Chris Sale.
And here on Canada Day, a native Canadian, Russell Martin, to step in, hitting .219, 7 homers. Flies that one into left center field. A lazy fly for Jackie Bradley. And the first out. Red Sox are 12-4 in Chris Sale starts. In the 4 losses, his ERA is 2.05.
So let's just say he should be 16-0.
He's gone 9-1 since the start of May. And he'll get Donaldson now, 261, 8 homers and 20 runs batted in.
He's about the only guy in this lineup that has any damage against Sale. A couple home runs.
Donaldson wears that helmet with a face guard. He almost looks like a gladiator. Justin Smoak on deck, runner at first base. Red Sox ahead 2-0 in the first inning. And a ball on Donaldson.
We've seen a lot of guys with that mask, huh?
Yes.
And it doesn't mean they were hit in the face at some time in their career. It's just, I guess it just makes you have confidence to stay in there.
The 1-0 drops in for a strike at 87. We talk about Chris Sale's 13 strikeouts here back in April. That set a Red Sox record for a pitcher in Toronto. He was absolutely filthy. 1-2.
Get a breaking ball like that. He's got a, that's a soft one. Then he's got that put away. He gets a lot of strikeouts with a slider in the dirt.
The 1-2 and can't put him away with that one. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Came back with a fastball.
Last start we saw Sale, he was like throttling his fastball. You know, early on, I was thinking, boy, he hasn't got much velocity. Later on, all of a sudden, he threw one like 97 late in the game to punch somebody out. So it's in there.
Rattle foul to hang in there. On deck, Justin Smoak. It's time for the Unlimited Baseball Break, brought to you by T-Mobile, as we take a look at Chris Sale's career at Rogers Center. 2-1, a 1.36 earned run average, 34 strikeouts, and just a 158 batting average against him. Two. He got him. Down goes Donaldson swinging. First K in the book for Chris Sale today.
And a hard breaking ball. He took it the pitch before. Now just a soft breaking ball right down the middle. Kind of an awkward swing. He thought twice about it. That's why a late swing.
Two-way for Smoak, who's hitting .297, 22 home runs. Hit number 22 last night. 3-run homer in the first inning. Driven in 52. He says a lot more disciplined, a very disciplined approach. Not chasing breaking balls in the dirt anymore. Line shot and a base hit to left center. Picked on the very first pitch. Bautista to second as Jackie fires into third. And 2 men on here in the first inning for Toronto.
Obviously, that's what you're going to see a lot of guys swinging at first pitch. You get a fastball, you got to go to work on it. That Smoak has been impressive. You know, he's right-handed. He hits close to 400. You see he can go to work on a fastball. Line drive up the middle.
Tulowitzki at .232, 5 homers, 19 RBIs, but scuffling with the bat right now. Even worse than the 232. Although he did homer last night, he went 1 for 5. He tied the game 4-4. Went for it again and came up empty for strike 1.
Looking fastball, swings at breaking ball. He jumped on Embry's fastball last night. That ball was up out of the zone and he hit it out of here.
It was the only run the Red Sox bullpen allowed, however. Really pitched very, very well after that. Locked up by Craig Kimbrell, of course. Continues to have an amazing season. He is the best closer in baseball.
I second that.
And your opinion matters more than anybody's. But that's just an astonishingly good season. Sale with the 0-2 to Tulowitzki and punch foul. He was on the DL for a while. Did homer last night, but he's only hitting .215 in his last 29 games since coming off the disabled list.
That lead didn't last very long last night. Embry came in and banned right away. He goes bridge and ties that game.
Red Sox would win 7-4 in 11 if you were not up at that hour. Around midnight by the time it ended.
See ya.
96 to strike him out. Sale with a pair of Ks in the first inning. Bleachers to boxes. Ace Ticket has the lowest prices to all games at Fenway. Treat yourself for someone special. Visit aceticket.com now or call 1-800-MY-SEATS. Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien with you here from Rogers Center. The sun is shining and the roof wide open, at least for now. Maybe some showers a little later today. They may be forced to close it. Sam Travis leading things off at 3:10 here in the second inning. Red Sox ahead 2-0. Sandy Leon next, and then Devin Marrero.
Laureano's best pitch so far has been that changeup.
And his 1-2. Cracked along third, but foul. Laureano did toss a no-hitter back in 2011 when he was pitching for Minnesota against the White Sox.
Boy, he started off his career on fire, and then he hurt his arm. Him and Santana, they've had 1-2 punch in Minnesota.
0-2 again to Travis. Red Sox finished up the month of June with a 16-12 record. Had the same record in the month of May, 13-11 in April. And now 10 games over 500 for the first time this year. Second baseman Goins with the stop. One away.
Tomorrow at noon, don't miss Red Sox First Pitch, presented by Joseph Abboud, available at Men's Warehouse. We'll have John Farrell's thoughts on watching his son Luke make his major league debut and the Kansas City Royals starting pitcher today.
Luke, one of 3 John Farrell sons in baseball. John is also a grandfather of 2. Sandy Leon pops that one up in foul ground, and Barney underneath. 2 up, 2 down for the Sox in the second. So that'll bring up Devin Marrero. Really had a fine night last night, offensively and defensively, as he went 2 for 4 and drove in 3 runs. Reached base a career high 4 times, including 2 RBI singles and a career high 2 walks.
It's got to definitely help his confidence. It just does.
Indicating a bunt, and he'll take a ball.
He's just such a special, defensive player. Like Iglesias we had before we traded him. This guy has got a great glove. The bat has just never come around, but I'll tell you what, he's been in the lineup enough that, he gets a chance. He's really gotten a chance.
He's got a little 4-game hitting streak. Mookie Betts on deck. Sox in front 2-0 on a 2-run double in the first inning by Jackie Bradley Jr. And softly hit, but a base hit. Over Smoke, the first baseman. So make it 5 in a row for Marrero.
Well, I'm telling you, he's got to be feeling good. Especially you get up first at bat, you get a knock. It's beautiful. This ball isn't exactly crushed over there. Ball's kind of running away from him. Right at the end of the bat. Flips it over Smoke's head.
Brings up Mookie Betts, who walked on 4 straight pitches in the first inning. He scored. So did Hanley, who hit another double. Red Sox quickly got to Liriano. Trying to make it 3 consecutive wins here this afternoon. Trying to put a little bit of distance between themselves and the Yankees, who play the Astros tonight.
Yankees scored what, 10 runs last night? They got a lot of guys out, and that Holiday's out. Hicks is out. There's a few guys that are out of that lineup. They're hanging in there.
Now, Mookie Betts has yet to see a strike. He has seen 7 balls from Liriano, who's being more than careful with Betts. Mookie's hit safely in 5 in a row, 9 for 21. And he does not want to throw him a strike, and that is ball 4. For the second time, runners at first and second. Choose nothing but the best for your cookouts. Pick up select KM and Coca-Cola products today and get a free package of hot dog buns too. It's summer, let's grill KM. Dustin Pedroia 0 for 1. He's flied to right. Red Sox looking to add to a 2-0 lead in support of Chris Sale today. So it's Marrero at second and Betts at first. And ball 1.
It's pretty much what he does, Liriano. He go 5 innings, throw 95, 100 pitches. Walks too many guys.
Now, Pedroia's handled him pretty well in the past. Coming into today, he was 6 for 14 off him.
Back-to-back changeups.
Well, it ended last year, but at one point Pedroia had a 30-game hitting streak against Toronto. That was over 2 years. September of 14 to September of 16. It stands as the longest of all time against Toronto. First and second with 2 down. 2-2. The batting average has certainly been there the last 44, 45 games for Pedroia. Hitting .314 over that span. See what he's doing with 2 outs and men in scoring position. Trying to pick up Marrero at second. Runners go, and it is going to be a little bit high and a double steal. Well, it's the second time in 2 games here in Toronto the Red Sox have pulled that off.
I'm telling you, you don't see that very often, but that was nice. DiSarcina managing.
Gary is in charge of the running game when he's not managing, when he's not filling in for John Farrell as he is today. 3-2. It's an out base hit by Pedroia. Could produce 2 runs next to that aggressiveness. Which has been discussed locally.
Yeah, we're just not used to the Red Sox. They're just, as a team, you don't see it, you know, all these years. They just never really push the envelope.
3-2 again. And a line shot. That'll drop down into right center field. That'll get by Bautista. Both runs will score. Pedroia heading hard into second, and he'll stop right there with another double. And the Red Sox have just doubled the lead now, 4-0.
You talk about what he's done to Toronto over the years, and especially probably up here. Last night had a big double in the 5th inning of that game. And he once again, he gets a 3-2 pitch up out over the plate, and he shoots the gap. Ball gets by Bautista. I thought he could have went for 3. He's satisfied with the double right there. Good enough. 2 runs, RBIs. Look at that ball scoots by Bautista. You knew that he had a chance for 3, but settles for 2.
Well, he's got a sore knee too.
Yes.
Sat out 2 nights ago. That left knee was barking a bit. He's into scoring position. 31 RBIs with his 13th double of the season. Xander Bogaerts trying to keep it going. He struck out in the 1st inning. So the Red Sox already with 3 doubles off of Lariano, and the Red Sox are making him pay for the ball 4s, which they didn't do enough of last night. They did win the ball game, but it was frustrating at times. Red Sox left 17 men on base with all those walks, but Mookie Betts has walked twice and he has scored twice.
Well, that 2-out knocks are killers, you know, for you, against you, but to do it against them. It's like they think they're going to get out of the inning, and guess what? You didn't. And you got Sale on the mound. It's 4-0.
But don't go away.
Don't go away.
Stay right there. Enjoy the ball game with us. Mookie Betts and Chris Sale all smiles. And they ought to be. And you're right, too. You know, Hanley Ramirez with that double with 2 down in the 1st inning. That led to 2 runs. Marrero with the base hit, the little flare to right field with 2 down in this inning. That's led to 2 runs.
As a pitcher, you want to kick yourself. Those are, you know, the sleepless nights, 2-out rallies. You think it's the next pitch is an out. Meanwhile,
down goes Xander Bogaerts, and that will retire the side. But the Red Sox pick up 2 more and lead it 4-0 in Toronto. In Toronto, great to have you with us. Red Sox leading 4-0 already. So early runs for Sale. He'll get Pierce, Pilar, and Barney. And in there for a strike. Pierce, a .275 hitter, former Oriole with 5 home runs. Red Sox have jumped on Liriano for 3 doubles. Jackie Bradley and Dustin Pedroia with a 2-run double apiece.
Both of those doubles were pretty. I think you got to say Bradley Jr.'s was even exceptional, hitting the ball the other way. One-two punch foul. Don Cherry's here. Canadian icon.
Oh, yeah.
Between innings. Got a cold one going. He's got 2 cold ones going.
He wears some funky outfits, doesn't he? Look at him.
I think that might be the most moderate thing that's ever been said to describe those outfits. Down he goes, and Pierce, hit by the pitch, will take his base. So he is on to begin the 2nd inning.
Once again, that back foot slider, literally a back foot slider off of his back foot. Boom.
Made him dance, and he could not quite get out of the way. I am constantly amazed, though, at major league hitters' ability to get out of the way of pitches. It's one of the things that separates, the big league guys. An innate ability, and that one's trickled foul by Pilar.
Well, when you're trying to crank, you got a big swing, it's hard to get out of the way. You're taught to move away from it. Drop your shoulder and move away from it. And some of these guys are opened up trying to leave, and you can't move. That's why you get hit in the hand or something, because you sort of put your hands up, a ball inside.
Pilar, .255 with 9 home runs. And a very popular player here. And the way he plays defense, he ought to be.
You look at his numbers. He's hitting, what, .250, whatever it is. Great center fielder. But he's pretty much all or nothing. He's got 9 dingers, which is quite a few. But, no RBIs. It's either that's how he gets his RBIs, all or nothing. To me, he's got to cut down that swing.
.365 against lefties, and he checked there. Red Sox opening up July in first place by a game, and the 1-2. He could not hold up. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 3, number 3 for Sale.
This is not the hard slider. The back foot slider takes a lot off of it. Sweeping breaking ball. Set up down the middle. The ball's way inside. He cannot hold up. Plays with your mind. I mean, that's a bad swing. Can't pull the trigger.
One away for Darwin Barney, the third baseman, just a .230 hitter with 2 home runs. He's their number 8 man. With Pierce on at first.
Look at fastball, swings a changeup. I mean, that's what you got to do. You got to go up there and think, hopefully he's going to give me something I can hit. I'm going to guess. If I don't guess right, I'm in trouble.
The 0-1. Sale now with 158 strikeouts. It's the most ever by a Red Sox left-hander before the All-Star break. Right-handers Pedro Martinez and Roger Clemens had 184 and 186 before the All-Star break. Sale the most for a Red Sox lefty. 1-2.
To me, I just think Sandy Leon is a very creative catcher with Sale. I mean, he's got the stuff that you could do it with. He could throw any pitch you want him to throw. And I think, like I said, he throttles his fastball on his own. But you got to give it to Leon, who catching this. I mean, I know obviously the talent that's on the mound and all the strikeouts, but it's all about him. Like we said, he doesn't shake off.
Foul tipped. That's into the mitt. He struck him out, and there are 2 gone. Well, in honor of Big Poppy's retirement, BigTimeBats.com is proud to release a Marucci game model David Ortiz art bat that features the artwork of Jolene Jesse. This limited edition historic bat, $169.95 plus shipping. Go to BigTimeBats.com or call 866-280-BATS to order yours today. Back-to-back strikeouts for Chris Sale. Trying to make it 3 in a row now as he goes after Goins. A 4-0 Sox lead here in game 2 of a 3-game series. Another day game tomorrow. At 1 o'clock, Drew Pomerantz. John Farrell was talking about Drew the other day and saying there's no question that there's influence there from Sale and his quick pace and his tempo. And he feels that guys like Pomerantz are absolutely benefiting from it.
Yeah, it's hard for me to say because I think that the temperament, or not so much the tempo, the temperament with Pomerantz. When you see him on the mound, he just seems like he's kind of slow. That's sort of goes with who he is.
You don't think he speeded up at all?
Maybe he has. I haven't seen him enough to see that huge difference.
Pierce on at first with 2 down. Big sweeping breaking ball on the slider.
I'll tell you who Toronto misses is that kid Travis. Second baseman, been hurt a lot for them. I liked him as a player. I really did. Good bat.
Devin Travis.
Yes.
Of course, Encarnacion was not given a new contract here. He went to Cleveland. They did get Morales to kind of fill in. That's in there for strike 3. That is paint at 96 on the outside corner. And good luck to you.
Oh.
Crisp Coors Light. It is Canada Day. So we take a look at some fun facts about our neighbors to the north. As Hanley takes a strike, he doubled his first time up. Canada made up of 10 provinces and 3 territories. The current flag, the maple leaf, adopted in 1965. And The value of Canadian maple sugar and maple syrup exports in 2016. Give me a number, Eck. What do you think?
Wow.
It's into the
How much?
hundreds of millions of dollars.
How low?
$381.3 million. Anthony Ramirez to be followed by Jackie Bradley and Chris Young. I get my maple syrup in one of two places, either New Hampshire or Vermont.
Of course.
And it's exceptional. But so is the Canadian maple syrup. And the 1-2 on the way to Hanley.
Yeah, I tell you, I was feeling patriotic when they pulled that flag out, and I love their national anthem.
Oh, Canada. Oh,
yeah, it just gets me. I don't know what it is.
It's a great anthem.
It is. I'm singing it.
I'm a little more partial to one, but I think theirs is great too.
Yes.
And great festivities before the game of the bagpipes. To try to hold up, but down he goes, strike three as we go down to Garen Austin.
Obi Eck, you know it's Canada Day when Don Cherry is in the house. It is always a great atmosphere at the Rogers Center on Canada Day, and as you guys were talking about, a beautiful pre-game ceremony with veterans and members of the Canadian military. And the Blue Jays are wearing their special Canada Day uniforms, and the Red Sox are wearing their special 4th of July uniforms with an American flag on the sleeves. And guys, this is the first year that they are wearing patriotic socks. I love the look. What do you think?
I think it's very sharp, and you're dressing to a T today as well.
You know, I love celebrating Canada Day, so.
It's been said about you for a long time, Garen. Nothing is bigger for you than Canada Day.
Well, I love to celebrate anything, so, but when in Canada.
Line shot right field on him with Bautista. He'll run it down. Jackie Bradley again hitting it hard. He had a 2-run double in the first inning.
Well, I'll tell you what, he talked about, well, he's not hot, right? Jackie said, I'm not hot. This is just me, right? Well, I'll tell you what, he's hot. Hits a ball down the line the other way, stings that ball right there.
You know, I know what he's talking about. He's talking about that 29-game hitting streak last year where, you know, he was rolling out of bed and getting 2 hits, 3 hits every day. But he's cooking.
Yes, he is. That's a great sign.
Chris Young 0 for 1. He's grounded to short. Red Sox ahead 4-0 here in the 3rd inning. Off to an excellent start today against a Toronto team that in the end might not be going anywhere. And there's been some talk already about what do they do at the All-Star break if they're still knocking around at 4, 5, 6, 7 games under 500, and it's not going to happen. Do they begin to sell off pieces? Do they break this team up?
Yeah, their minor league system is not happening. They've got to.
Right.
You see the Yankees did last year. I mean, was a great smart move by Cashman. You think about it with the Chapman and Miller trade.
It's hard to say absolutely their bad start is what did it. Getting out of the gate 1-9. It was a deadly start.
Yeah.
But teams have recovered from that before and gone on to be competitive.
But let's get serious. I mean, I'm not hooting on the Blue Jays. I just don't think they've got enough.
2-2 and a liner into right. Hangs up for Bautista, and that's all for the Red Sox. Despite a couple of pretty hard hit balls, they go 1-2-3, but 4-0 Boston. Toronto Red Sox up 4-0 on the Blue Jays, and Bautista to lead it off against Chris Sale. It's looking like Chris Sale with 4 strikeouts, 5 strikeouts now in the first 2 innings.
That's 18 strikeouts in 10 innings up here in Toronto.
He walked Bautista in the first inning. Nothing came of that, even though he also gave up a base hit to Smoke. He struck out Donaldson and Tulowitzki. Then he fanned Pilar, Barney, and Goins last inning.
You know, he comes at you. You don't even know what's happening before you get a chance. You can't even think. He forces you almost to guess, like, oh my God, here it comes. Oh, it's got to be. Oh, it's got to be incredibly tough to hit off him. Fastball in, get it in there.
And popped up. Is it playable? Leon has plenty of room as he shucks the mask and makes the play. Get expert emergency care without leaving the ballpark at the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center First Aid Station at Fenway behind Section 12. Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center is the official hospital of the Red Sox. Visit bidmc.org. Bautista retired on the pop to the catcher. That'll send up the catcher for Toronto. Russell Martin 0 for 1. He is fly to center.
That's their best chance. First pitch.
Martin makes his home in Chelsea, Quebec. Native Canadian. It's a high fly into left field, but it stays up there, and Young is under. 2 down. Donaldson next.
Best swing of the game right there. Just missed going yard.
Donaldson struck out in the first inning. It's not been his kind of a season. He's had some injury issues. Snapped an 0 for 12 last night with a double in the 3rd inning and reached base 4 times in the game. Game that saw 20 walks for the 2 clubs combined, but the Red Sox took 14.
I mean, it's got to be so incredibly tough to put, you know, a rally together off a guy like Sale, who doesn't walk guys. You know, it's hard to get a hit off him, let alone put together 3 or 4. I mean,
so many swings like that.
I mean, really.
It's amazing.
It really is.
You're talking about an MVP.
Right.
And a guy who's been a great hitter. But he can make even a great hitter look bad.
Right. He confuses you. I can't think with him. That's why I'm so impressed with the way Leon catches him.
1-1. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Donaldson.
He could give you anything right here. That he loves to go high fastball away. Nope, breaking ball down. Oh, see ya.
Struck him out. Look at Donaldson looking out at him like, you got to be kidding me.
Oh.
Strikes him out for the 2nd time.
Good night.
million over 5 years to extend their commitment to helping people lead tobacco-free lives and move us one step closer toward a tobacco-free generation. Learn more at cbshealth.com/be-the-first. To the fourth inning, Red Sox up by 4 runs here over Toronto. Sam Travis leading off. Sam with a ground out to second, first time up, the native of Chicago. Named the Red Sox minor league offensive player of the year in 2015. Last year with the Paw Sox hitting .272. Although shortened by injury. And the 1-1. Sandy Leon on deck, then Devin Marrero, bottom third of the order against Liriano.
High strike.
And a 2-2 to Travis. Good take for ball 3.
Liriano wanted that pitch there. Might have been a little in.
Travis looking for that first home run, the 3-2. Fly ball gently hit into right field. And one away. Sam is 0 for 2 today.
Tomorrow at 12:30, don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live, presented by DCU. TC and Jim Rice will preview tomorrow's starter, Drew Pomeranz. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you?
Sandy today 0 for 1. He has popped up. As the base is empty with 1 away. As of late, though, a hot bat, 7 for his last 16 over a 4-game hitting streak, including 2 doubles and a home run in there.
You know, I'd have to find it hard to pick what side is better with him. He swings the bat good from the right-hand side.
Yep. Against lefties, 263, 243 against right-handers, so not much of a difference, but 4 home runs against the righties.
It doesn't matter. He's catching Sale. That's just the way it is, regardless who's pitching against him.
Chris Sale really comfortable with him. Here's the 2-1. That's a bullet, but foul.
What a responsibility you have when you're catching somebody like that, because there's nobody like it. It's all up to you. You've got control, complete control over this pitcher. And the more I see it happen, I should have thought that myself back then. Just do what the catcher says. Don't second guess anything. But I don't have his stuff. That was the problem.
Your stuff was pretty darn good.
Not like that.
I mean,
if I had a changeup, I would have been deadly.
That changeup for
Isn't
him
it?
is just a.
That's a huge pitch. Hooray for velocity. It's that changeup, and anytime.
And then he can go to 98 when he needs it. Broken bat pop up, and Tulowitzki will handle that. 2 down. MLB.tv every night, every device. You can watch every out-of-market regular season game live, plus get a free subscription to At-Bat Premium. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. I mean, you saw it as Donaldson struck out looking on that breaking ball at the end there. I mean, he looked out at him like, that's not fair.
It's not fair.
Totally fooled. Here's Marrero, who's now hit in 5 straight games and singled, stole a base, and scored a run in the second inning. Red Sox working another double steal for the 2nd straight game.
I'm telling you, it's historic what we're watching.
Here's Donaldson's reaction after that strikeout.
Okay.
Oh, come on. Come on. I mean, and that's a terrific hitter.
Yes.
Mookie Betts on deck. Red Sox in front 4-0. Win today and the Red Sox win the series after a marathon last night. Game went nearly 5 hours in 11 innings. Sox winning 7-4. Some late offense. And once again, some outstanding relief work.
That's a given with this club. The way the bullpen is pitched, that's what you expect. The guy at the end, ridiculous.
23 saves for Craig Kimbrell. Guerrero goes down swinging. That retires the side. Red Sox in front 4-0 here in Toronto. Is Game of Thrones night at Fenway. Tickets purchased through this special offer include a Sir Andrew Benintendi bobblehead and the opportunity to sit on the Iron Throne at Fenway Park. For tickets and more information, visit redsox.com/GOT. Sir Andrew. There's quite a ring to it. On to the last half of the 4th inning. Dennis Eckersley, Dave O'Brien, Garen Austin with you here from Toronto. Justin Smoke singled his first time up. He's having quite a season for himself. 22 homers, 52 RBIs. His best year in Seattle, he hit 20 for the entire season. That was 4 years ago. Really locked in this year.
Well, I think he's got a chance to play every day is what I think. And, you know, you don't have to panic. Next thing you know, start seeing the ball. Start seeing it, not guess. Get yourself a good pitch to hit. That's what he's been doing, both sides of the plate.
Driving the ball, as you can see in those American League ranks. Will be followed by Tulowitzki and then Pierce. Six strikeouts for Sale. Fires the 2-2. Foul down the right field line. Smoke out of Jackie Bradley's alma mater, the University of South Carolina. He set the school home run record with 62. In there for strike 3, and he'll take a seat.
That's the one that has been freezing these guys. That off-speed slider curveball. It's got to be a curveball because it's what, only 80 miles an hour. Flips it in there. 79. Middle. Buckle. See ya. Number what? 7.
13 the last time he pitched here. Back in April. Here's Tulowitzki. He struck out in the first. So far, Toronto with 1 hit. Sale has walked 1 man. The first man he faced today, Bautista. One fouled away.
See, sometimes it's a strike when you're going to take it, and then they're going to swing. It's a nasty one down and in. You don't know which one you're going to get. You got to be ready for 95. He'll throw that thing by you up and away. You got change up. You can't think about all these things. And command. It's ridiculous.
Tulowitzki 1 for 8 against Sale lifetime.
Told him he wanted a breaking ball down. He did. He does whatever you say.
Again, it is remarkable. Chris Sale has said, I have not shaken off a catcher in 6 years. And a 2-2.
Yeah, he pulled that changeup. Might be one of the ugliest pitches he's thrown. Poor guy. Can't put up with that.
Looking to set down Tulowitzki for the second time. Ground ball through for a base hit. That found the hole. His second hit today. And a man on with 1 away in the 4th.
Don't miss W.B. Mason Extra Innings Live right after the game. TC and Jim Rice will break down Chris Sale's start. Whatever, whenever, wherever, who but W.B. Mason.
That'll send up the left fielder Steve Pearce. This has been a problem, this position, left field. They haven't gotten much of anything out of it. He was hit by a pitch in the second inning on a slider.
This guy gets hurt a lot. He's been all over this division, hasn't he? Baltimore, Tampa, now the Blue Jays.
Blue Jays in the red tops here today for Canada Day and the 150th anniversary. Here's 4 for 14 lifetime against Sale. Tulowitzki on at first and wrap foul.
That's a good swing. That's the breaking ball. Tulo got the breaking ball, hit it in the hole, and that's a good swing there. Way out front though, but at least made contact, solid contact.
Drew Pomeranz going tomorrow afternoon at 1:07 in the finale here in Toronto. And a 1-2. Evens up the count here on Pearce. Pilar on deck. Some real good hitters in this lineup. It just doesn't scare you as much as when Encarnacion was in the lineup.
I agree.
And you had those bookend guys, Bautista and Encarnacion. Here's a wave and a miss, and he has another one. He struck him out.
Another funky swing there.
And that is number 8 for Sale.
Look at fastball, get breaking ball, and swing. That's when you look like this. Like, oh.
8 strikeouts and 3 2/3 for the ace. And now comes Pilar. He struck out his first time up. Well, the skies overhead are clouding up. So you wonder if we are long for an open roof here at Rogers Center. Wrap foul. And just as I said that,
here it comes.
they're starting to close it. I know that I could have predicted the weather if I had gone that route. I could have done that. I'm not saying I'd get it right all the time. Like, you know, we have some great forecasters in Boston. I mean, they're top of the charts. I'd get it right about 40% of the time.
Why you say that?
So I could work in, like, you know, Ohio maybe. maybe.
You missed your calling. You should have.
Love talking about the weather. Love talking about the weather. The weather affects all of us, and this is about to affect us.
We started talking about weather, and I forgot they had a roof. I love roofs. I love them. Huh? In this business?
Yeah.
You got enough. You got enough 4-hour games. We don't need 6. We had the other night. We had, forget about it, 2 rain delays, whatever.
Yes. Back at Fenway.
5-hour piece.
Yep.
Not complaining. I love this job, but hello.
Slap foul out of play. But it's handy to have one of these.
Yes, it is.
When you know the showers are coming. This takes about 20 minutes to close here. Keep it open as often as they can. For as long as they can. Actually closed it up last night. In the late stages of that game. Here comes the 1-2 to Pilar. Foul back. Runner on at first base with 2 down. Red Sox leading 4-0. 2 runs in the first, 2 in the second. Doubles by Jackie Bradley Jr. and Dustin Pedroia. Each one of those bringing in a pair of runs.
Pilar was on that breaking ball right there. I'm not sure. What do you guess here off Sale? What do you guess? You're going to get a breaking ball.
Tried to measure that, popped it up. Travis on the run, makes a fine running play right to the Red Sox dugout. And that will retire the side. 1 man left, and it remains 4-0 Red Sox. It's $50 to the Massachusetts Down Syndrome Congress. Echo Store proud to assist MDSC in helping ensure individuals with Down syndrome to be valued. Echo Store Technologies, your data center solutions provider. Sox ahead 4-0 as we move on to the 5th inning here in Toronto.
Has Mookie seen a strike yet? I know the first time up he got 4 wide ones, or we're all over the place.
He has not. Liriano still has not thrown him a strike.
10 of them.
He's walked twice. He has scored twice, but has not swung the bat. And finally,
what do you know? Might have been outside.
2-1. Pedroia on deck, then Bogarts. Red Sox have really quieted this big Canada Day crowd in Toronto. You really have to give Gary DiSarcina his props for choosing today to fill in for John Farrell the day Chris Sale is on the mound.
That's like having a team meeting, right? The day your ace gets on the mound.
Yeah, it's just smart.
Yeah.
Outside for ball 4, and it happened again. Mookie, his 3rd walk today. Managerial experience at the minor league level. He was a minor league manager of the year for the Paw Sox 4 years ago. Also on the staff and a base coach for Mike Scioscia with the Angels.
Who did he have down there? Do you have Bogarts, right? And do you have Bet? I don't think he had Vasquez down there. So he's got a relationship with all these young players. You know, a lot like
well, there goes Betts, and a strike. The throw down, not even close. 2nd stolen base for Mookie in this one.
Laureano not paying attention for the most part. You know, you're not throwing strikes. You got to concentrate on the hitter, and he did. He forgot all about it. He's gone. That ball. I mean, that base is stolen.
14 stolen bases. His 2nd today. In the top 10 in the American League. In that category and a bunch of others. To the shortstop, Mookie's going to advance. And Dustin Pedroia retired. He is 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs and Betts safely into 3rd. Stay tuned after the 3rd out of this half inning for the mid-5th studio show.
We got a Mookie run going right now. Base on balls. Stolen bag, and then that was kind of risky there. Ground ball right in front of you. You're supposed to stay, but he got there.
So the infield comes in for Toronto. With Xander Bogaerts trying to make contact. He's having a tough time with Laureano. At least to this point, he has struck out twice. He fouls it back for strike 1. Very aggressive on that first one. Interesting to note, in his last 5 road games, Xander's hit 3 homers.
Yeah, Houston, right? He crushed a couple balls. One dead central.
Well, he can make an out and put the Red Sox in front 5-0. First half coming to an end today. We typically think of the first half coming to an end at the All-Star break, but it's always the case that we're well beyond the halfway point in actual games played by the time of the All-Star game. There's a fly ball into left center field. Plenty on that. Pilar back it up. He'll make the catch. Tagging up. Here comes Mookie Betts. RBI goes to Xander, his 37th after a big one last night to put the Red Sox in front in extra innings. That'll make it 5-0.
Bogart's doing his job. That's a Mookie run right there. After 2 punch outs, he puts the ball in play. Sounded like he got crunched, but he couldn't have hit this ball that far. Easy sacrifice fly.
You make a great point about Mookie Betts. He doesn't have a hit today, but he has scored 3 runs, 3 walks, 2 stolen bases. And a really nice at bat by Xander Bogaerts there to bring him in. Now Hanley, who has ripped the double and struck out today, 1 for 2. There are really good signs here that Hanley is in the early stages of a tear. Now with a 6-game hitting streak. He's homered twice during the hitting streak. One number about Hanley kind of jumps out at you, and the value of him hitting home runs. The Red Sox are 20-4 the last 24 games he has homered in.
Well, you think about this offense, you know, obviously Hanley has a lot to do with it. They get it going because we haven't seen it, you know, like they were last year. It was incredible. You know, Betts is doing it. Pedroia is hot now. Bogaerts, you see, you know, coming around. Hanley, Jackie's hot as can be. You know, Moreland's got he's kind of in a funk right now.
Two down, a 1-2. Do Hanley, Jackie Bradley on deck. Red Sox have added on 5-0. Day 2 here in Canada. Hard hit for a base hit. So you go back now over the last 5 at bats for Hanley. He has 4 hits and 3 doubles. Choose nothing but the best for your cookouts. Pick up select KM and Coca-Cola products today and get a free package of hot dog buns too. It's summer. Let's grill KM. So the Red Sox with a base runner with 2 down. Sox scored their first 4 runs today with 2 outs. High fly to center field, but that'll stay up. Pilar right there to retire the side. Red Sox get 1 more and lead it 5-0. Time to turn it over to TC for the mid-5th studio show. Passes along his best to you. Hey, tomorrow at 5:30, don't miss the Ultimate Red Sox Show presented by AAA. We have TC's interview with high school teammates and current Major League relievers Craig Kimbrell and Buddy Boucher, plays of the week and much more. That's tomorrow at 5:30 only on NESN. Toronto coming up here in the last half of the 5th inning, down 5-0 to Chris Sale and the Sox. Barney whiffed in the 2nd inning and determined not to a 2nd time. He goes after that very first pitch, which is so commonplace against the left-hander. They punch out that first time. But it's 0-2.
Good luck to him.
By the way, gotta love that chest protector on Sandy Leon today.
I do. I like it.
That is sharp.
It is.
Jason Varitek used to wear those on special occasions, you know, like Canada Day, 4th of July, all the holidays, and auction those off for charity after he was done wearing them.
Those socks are kind of cool too. You see Marrero and Bogarts.
Shot out to left center. Young right there though. Puts that one away for out number 1 here in the 5th.
Stay tuned for Red Sox Final presented by Plainridge Park Casino. TC and Jim Wright will preview the series finale and take a look around the AL East.
I believe they have located the Hall of Famer Jim Rice, and he is back in studio to help out Tom Caron. TC had to go solo on that last one. I understand there was a full alert throughout the NESN building in Watertown to find Jim Rice. They have located Jim. Goins is 0 for 1. Caught looking on a 3rd strike in the 2nd inning. Toronto with just 2 hits. And rolled foul. 2 hits, 8 strikeouts, 1 walk and a hit batsman. So Sale, all business as usual. Waiting for Goins to get back in. And he struck him out. His 9th. Got him for the 2nd time. So 2 quick outs here in the 5th.
Once again, he's got no chance. This is a ball, but it's just hard to lay off of. He swings, he misses it by a foot. Not even close.
It's got to be so intimidating as a left-handed hitter.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, you can't pick the ball up. He hides it so effectively. And it could be 97 miles an hour in on your hands, or that sweeping breaking ball a foot outside.
It's just the fluctuation of the angle, the different speeds, the command.
Yeah, I thought you made a great point early in the game. One of the things that defines Sale is he is an incredible strike thrower with that stuff.
That's what sets him apart.
You just can't rely on him to walk anybody and help you out in the game. Here comes the 1-2. Piece for Bautista.
Think about the guys. Randy Johnson. What was Randy? Randy was 100 miles an hour slider, the vicious slider, and the angle, scary, right? And then Pedro, great changeup with the gas that he had. I mean, please.
1-2. Lunging fly ball. Jackie Bradley into the gap. Side retired. Another 1-2-3 inning for Chris Sale. Sox up 5-0. On a special 4th of July episode of NESN Clubhouse, we visit the Wilson factory in Chicago to learn about a special red, white, and blue glove Drew Pomerantz is put to the test about his American history knowledge. Catch it all in NESN Clubhouse tomorrow morning at 11:30, presented by Delta Dental of Massachusetts. And the roof just about to be closed up. The showers in the area, but the Red Sox in front 5-0. And Chris Sale again raining strikes on the Toronto Blue Jays.
You know, you couldn't use that glove they showed right there on the mound, I wouldn't think. As it is, I remember I had two-tone shoes. I had white flaps on my shoes, and they made me go and paint my flaps on my shoes.
Made you paint your flaps?
Yeah, with shoe polish.
Sharp base hit for Chris Young.
let alone have a glove coming at you with a little white on it.
Oh, yeah. Distracting to the hitter against the rules.
Look at that thing. You can't use that.
I love it, though.
I think it's cool, yeah.
Can't use it in a game. He got it in honor of his brother. It's terrific. That's Alex Cobbs. Great look to it. I think you could use it playing softball.
Oh, yeah.
Virtually nothing you can't do there as Goins will gobble this one up. Flip to Tulowitzki. Guns to first for the double play. And 2 down in the Red Sox 6th.
Tonight after Red Sox coverage on NESN Sports Today, we'll save you time with the latest news on the NHL and NBA free agency. NESN Sports Today is presented by People's United Bank. See what know-how can do.
Sandy Leon has popped up and popped up again. He is 0 for 2. Once again doing exceptional work with Chris Sale. You talked about, the fact that Sale never shakes off Sandy Leon, and that when you were pitching, as you think about it now, maybe you should have done the same thing. Just let the catcher call everything. How would it have made a difference in your career, though?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I can't imagine doing it. I don't know. There's just something about you feel like you want to have control. It's like when you're a rookie, right? You can't shake off the catcher. When you're a rookie, it's like, hey, listen, you don't know what you're doing.
Sure.
You haven't been, so you have to go with it. Next thing you know, you have some success. It's like, hey, pal, I know what I'm doing. It's my, you know what I mean? I'll take control. I'm shaking.
I'll take it from here.
Yes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just wondering, I mean, you got a plaque in Cooperstown, so how much better would you have been under those circumstances?
I always think if I had a changeup, I could have started longer. That's what it is.
Yeah.
To me, that's the greatest pitch. That's a big league pitch. You got to have that one to be a starter. You can't just be a 2-pitch pitcher.
You wound up with what, 197 wins?
Yeah, a couple short.
1-2 popped into center field, might drop in, and indeed it will. A slide and a miss by Goins, and a base hit for Sandy Leon.
That would have been a tremendous play right there by Goins. He was on his horse. This is a little jam shot pop up. Look at him running back, looking for make a circus catch.
So a base hit off of Francisco Liriano. Here's his pitching line, brought to you by your Eastern Lexus dealers. He's walked Mookie Betts 3 times and has barely thrown him a strike, and Mookie has made him pay by scoring 3 runs. Red Sox ahead 5-0. They have out hit Toronto 7-2. Marrero has one of those hits, 1 for 2 with a stolen base as well. The win today, if Chris Sale gets the win, he would improve to 11-3. That one right to Smoke at first base to retire the side. We're in the middle of the 6th inning in Toronto. 5-0 Boston. has tweeted it out, proof positive. Jim Rice has been found and will be with TC the rest of the post-game show, he promises, so we can kill that APB on the Hall of Famer.
How can you miss him with that tie? Huh? I gotta get me one of those.
I know TC can handle it by himself. There's nothing he can't handle. But he wants Jim in there when we can find it. Popped up foul by Martin, but back off in the stands over the top of the Red Sox dugout. Roof is on snugly now, with the Sox in front by 5 runs. Martin has flied out twice, once to center and once to left. He followed by Donaldson and then Smoke. Donaldson's had a rough day against Sale, but so have the Blue Jays as a team. And a big swing and a miss, a home run cut on that pitch. He has hit 7 of them.
It's almost like you look for a breaking ball, and if he throws it, you swing at it regardless where it is.
Martin's been a Dodger. He's also played for the Yankees and the Pirates in a very solid career. Now 34 years old.
Takes its toll on you catching as many games as he has. He's a really athletic catcher. He could run pretty good. I don't know about right now.
He's actually a guy who can play different positions too. I mean, they've played him at third base. That's going to get him.
That's the second back foot slider he's drilled guys with today. The other one was Pierce, second inning. Once again, literally throws back foot slider, gets him in the back foot. Hard to get lift that back foot because you're trying to stride or push off.
So Sale has hit 2 men. His career high is 3. Here's Donaldson. He has struck out twice. He starts him off with a changeup. When a guy who throws 97, 98 has a good enough changeup, you have no idea where in the count it might come.
Right. You don't know when something's going to be off speed.
On the fastball, the count 0-2.
And then boom, it's 0-2. I mean, like that.
So he's seen changeup, fastball. Your guess is as good as Donaldson's right now.
I can't think with him. Donaldson's got a little time out there. He fouled one off. He gets a chance to think a little bit. Boom. Like fastball away. That's going up and away. What's he doing?
Indeed, and he lunges and got a piece of it. Yeah, that up and away fastball, and it's thrown out of the strike zone.
Right.
Big velocity. He gets so many strikeouts swinging on that pitch.
Don't you think he has that soft breaking ball in his mind right now? Donaldson got punched out looking last time up.
And the 0-2. He strikes him out again. 97 miles an hour.
Best fastball of the day.
And that's his 10th. That means 11 times this year he has at least 10 Ks.
And he's thinking breaking ball. But last time up, he's going to make me look bad. And then fastball by you. That has got to be so frustrating. This is a great player up there. Aggravating. It's got to be.
And on at first base. Red Sox up 5-0. Line shot. Young backing up. Gonna have to play that off the wall. It skips on past him. Martin heading into third base. And we'll stop there. And Smoke has a double. He's really the only man who has solved Sale to any degree today. He's 2 for 3.
Man, he stung that ball. Just couldn't get it up enough to hit it out of here. This is a screamer. Thought it had a chance, but just had a little topspin on it. Kicks off the bottom of the wall. Young gets too close to the wall and it trickles away, but they cannot score Martin all the way from first.
Second and third. Best scoring chance since the first inning for Toronto. Batter will be Tulowitzki, who has struck out and singled. Tulo at 235 with 5 homers. That rouses the crowd a little bit for the first time in about an hour and a half. It's the loudest actually they have been since the Canada Day celebration on the field before the game started. In there for a strike. 1-1 on Tulowitzki. Longtime Colorado Rocky was said to be stunned by the trade to Toronto a couple of years ago. Comebacker. Sale spears that, looks back the runner and throws out Tulowitzki using all of his 6'6" frame.
Just a little weak ground ball, but he is. You're right. How tall he is. You can't chop this ball over him. Nice play there. Holds the runner.
And so 2 down. Trying to preserve a shutout bid. He'll go after Steve Pearce, who's hit by a pitch first time and struck out in the 4th. So it'll be pitch number 97 for Sale. So it's Martin at third, Smoke at second. Toronto with just 3 hits, and 2 of them by Smoke. A ball and a strike on the number 6 hitter. Red Sox in the 7th inning. We'll have the top of the order. Mookie Betts due up. He scored 3 runs here this afternoon. Two and one.
Looks like Leone is not giving him signs. He's giving him touches.
Those two will have a conversation on the top of the hill. Upgrade your day with DD Perks. You can earn a free beverage when you enroll and speed past the line with on-the-go ordering. DD Perks, everyone deserves an upgrade. Download the Dunkin' app today, and speeding past the line may not be possible at all locations. Two and one, 2 men in scoring position here for Toronto. He drops it in at 82. Right on the corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Sweeping backdoor breaking ball. Got to give up on it. You don't think it's going to catch plate. It's way out. It starts way outside.
He's number 101. Chris Sale's pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket.
Magic double-figure punch-outs. Ultimately, just to stay in shape, if you think about it.
Now to 165 to lead the big leagues. Wants number 11 right here. 3-2. Only walked 1 man. That was the very first batter he faced today, Jose Bautista. Pilar on deck. Here comes the 3-2 to Pierce, and he's going to get time. And Leone's going to go out again.
Oh yeah, this is where it gets a little aggravating, especially when you're on the road. They're mad. They're down 5-0 to begin with.
There was a dust up between the managers of the Dodgers and the Padres yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Over sign stealing, maybe. Certainly location. got a little bit heated. 3-2. Got a piece of that. Dave Roberts was in the middle of that.
Who's stealing what? Who was doing the stealing?
The Padres were stealing the Dodger signs, according to the Dodgers, and there was actually a threat by the Dodger pitcher that he's going to drill the next guy who does it.
Huh.
I think it was more about location than anything. 3-2. Popped him up. Behind first base, Travis, plenty of time, right along the line in fair territory to make that catch. Sale getting through the inning, still the shutout intact. To 13 can enjoy Red Sox baseball summer camps this summer. Campers receive 4 days of first-class baseball instruction, a full Red Sox uniform, and a lot more. Camps are available in Providence and throughout the Boston metro area. Visit redsox.com/camps for more information. Red Sox ahead 5-0 going to the 7th inning. New pitcher now for Toronto, Lucas Harrell, a right-hander. They just called him up. Bought his contract today from Buffalo. Made 4 starts for the Bisons there. Pitched pretty well, a 2.11 ERA. Has pitched in the major leagues before. Well, with the Texas Rangers. He's a sinker slider guy.
He used to be with the Astros, right? I mean, he was like a pretty good pitcher with the Astros when he first came up.
Yep, and also with Texas. Signed by Toronto as a free agent back in January.
Throws everything.
Now Mookie Betts is just hoping that some of them are going to be strikes because he's had practically nothing to swing at today. 3 walks.
Have they thrown a strike? Maybe 1. Yeah, 1.
He has scored 3 times, stolen 2 bases. Finding a way to impact the game, even without a hit. There's a rare strike for him. Taken all the way, 3-1. Pedroia on deck, then Bogarts. 7 hits for Boston. That's a generous strike. Mookie said corner. He got the answer. I'm not sure he believes it. 3-2 to the third baseman. Scooped up by Barney. He slings on just in time. So 1 away. Let's go downstairs to Guerin.
I was talking with Brian Butterfield about Dustin Pedroia's errorless streak, and guys, he said it's not something that anyone mentions, but he said it's easy to appreciate when you watch him play every day because of the way that he positions himself. He said the way that he'll turn his body, he'll dive, he'll do anything that he can, and the pitching staff loves him because they know that he's going to sacrifice for them. Guys, he said it's a great streak to have, but the numbers are not indicative of the type of player that Pedroia is.
99 consecutive errorless games for Dustin Pedroia.
He's had a couple of those streaks, right? He had one before.
He broke his own record.
Right.
Got to be a pretty good defender if you're breaking your own record for consecutive errorless games. Previously, it was 98. That was between 09 and 2010.
I mean, you think about it, he goes both ways. I mean, I like the fact he can go in the hole to his left, up the middle, got enough arm. He always seems to know that that clock is ticking. He knows just how long he's got. You know, he get a little chopper up the middle. He has to get rid of it. And he'll pick a ball, right? He's made some picks, bullets right at him. Stays with it, stays in there to pick it. And you know he turns it as good as anybody.
Well, not many bunt anymore, but he's great on the bunt play.
Yeah, coming.
You know, charging in.
Yeah.
2 balls and 2 strikes. When it's all said and done and his Red Sox career is over, he will be ranked as one of the 2 or 3 greatest defenders I think the Red Sox have ever had. I'm not talking about at second base. Anywhere.
Yeah.
4 Gold Gloves at this point.
You know, and there's a little Hall of Fame piece in there. If you think about it, you know, you got to play a while. I mean, you got to stay. He's getting, you know, getting up there, but he's still just early 30s.
He hits a high fly ball into left field, sending Pierce back, but space back there. And there are 2 down. In the next dining playbook, driven by New England Chevy dealers, Billy and Jenny host the show from Granite Links to show you all the great places to go before, during, and after the game. Don't miss this and more on Dining Playbook Sunday night at 9 on NESN. Two away, Xander Bogaerts now. He drove in a run in the 5th inning with a sacrifice fly. He's also struck out twice. 5-0 Boston. Sox playing in the daytime. The Yankees are playing the Astros at night. So the victory here, the Red Sox would have a 1.5 game lead before the Yankees play the Astros.
You know, he can hold up his swing with the best of them, can't he? He looks like he's going to go after it, and he just sort of keeps his hands back. I mean, he goes after it sometimes too, don't get me wrong, but he can hold it. Didn't there.
2-2. Andy Ramirez on deck. In front of a packed house here in Toronto. Got jammed and he chopped a foul. So Liriano knocked out of the ball game. Gave up 5 runs on 7 hits. He made the mistake of walking Mookie 3 times.
He got 4 of those runs with 2 outs.
And the big hits were Dustin Pedroia's 2-run double and Jackie Bradley's 2-run double with 2 out. That was in the first 2 innings. We talked about, you know, a win like this, you win the series, you're 11 games over 500 if you do it. The Red Sox would also pull even on the road for the year with a win today. It would be 21-21. And down goes Xander. He strikes out for the 3rd time today. And the Red Sox go 1-2-3. Sail back to work. 5-0 Red Sox. deals. BuyAToyota.com. Franklin Sports, the official batting glove of Major League Baseball. Subaru Retailers of New England, supplying all-wheel drive vehicles with a passion for summer travels. KN Premium Franks, it's summer, let's grill. Plainridge Park Casino, 45 minutes from Boston. And by the great folks at Sullivan Tire and Complete Auto Service. The view outside Rogers Center and indoors, the roof is on. It was open early when the Red Sox got 4 quick runs in the first 2 innings. Added another 3 innings later. So support for Chris Sale, and he has dominated again today. He is tossing a 3-hit shutout. Now he's at 106 pitches with that one. A fly ball by Pilar. But Jackie Bradley makes that routine catch. 1 down. Time for our player to bank on, presented by Capital One. This is Banking Reimagined.
You got 10 punch outs to work with. You know, the breaking ball, the high fastball, breaking ball back right leg, high fastball away again, fastball looking, breaking ball Donaldson. 2 of them smoked there, looking, off balance swing again, breaking ball away. Look at all the different punch outs.
And 10 strikeouts today for Chris yet again. And if he completes this 7th inning, it'll be for the 13th time in 17 starts, at least 7 innings.
I mean, it is an absolute pleasure to watch this guy pitch. Everything about it. Part of it is the rhythm. You know how quick. I mean, I think that has a little something to do with it. He doesn't milk anything, though. You know, he doesn't get, you don't even get a chance to clap. He's already gone after he punches out because he's already in the dugout.
You know, the other plus about Sale is he doesn't waste a pitch.
Yes.
You know, some guys will get a couple of strikes and they feel it's imperative to waste one.
Next thing you know, it's 3-2.
And it happens to some guys, but that's not his mindset.
But you have to have the stuff to be able to do that. Some guys, you know,
yeah,
they just can't go after people.
Oh, that's understood. Toward the gap, Bradley on the move, so is Betts, and Jackie makes the catch about hip high. So 2 down. Time now for a game break, brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Here's TC. But what a thrill for John Farrell today, for Luke and the entire Farrell family, as he makes his major league debut, and John was there to see it. That's popped up into left field. That'll drop down for a base hit. So Goins flares one for a 2-out single here in the 7th. That is just their 4th hit today.
That's a thing out there. He just barely hit it. I give him credit. It's not that easy to make contact. Sometimes the weaker the contact you make, the better chance it is to fall in.
Send up Bautista. The bullpen's starting to move around a bit for the Red Sox. This will be pitch number 112 for Chris. Try to hold up, and he did. Boyer is up. He pitched last night. As the bullpen really excelled again. Anchored by Mr. Kimbrel. He picked up another save last night. Leads the American League with 23. Leads in save percentage. Since joining the Red Sox, Craig Kimbrel has saved 95%. The save chance is 95%.
It's pretty good.
Red Sox bullpen is 2nd in the majors in ERA, by the way, at 2.85. Behind Cleveland. That's in Major League Baseball.
It's so hard to throw a shutout nowadays, especially when you're a strikeout guy. It's hard to not have a lot of pitches when you're punching guys out. He's got 10 strikeouts, and this will be his last inning.
The 2-2.
See ya.
And in there for strike 3. Probably his last batter of the day, and he struck out Bautista for 11 Ks in 2 starts in Toronto this year. He has 24.
Pretty good.
On to the 8th inning. Hanley Ramirez taking ball 1. He has doubled and singled. 2 for 3 today. Crack bat. Loop to center. That's going to drop down for a base hit. And Hanley is 3 for 4. Now, Red Sox baseball on NESN is sponsored by Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Another brilliant pitching performance by Chris Sale today.
I don't know what else to say. It's just used to it. It's like, here we go again. No big deal all of a sudden, but it is a big deal.
Like clockwork. You know he's going to go 7 to 9. You know he's going to strike out, 10 to 13. He's not going to walk anybody. Walk one man today. He allowed only 4 hits. Personally, I think the 2 biggest reasons the Red Sox are in first place right now are Chris Sale and Craig Kimbrell.
Yes, absolutely.
Jackie Bradley is a 2-run double. He's also lined to right and fly to center. For the Red Sox, 5 runs on 8 hits. For Toronto, no runs on 4 hits. Right now, these Toronto fans realize that the most fun they've had today came before the game started here on Canada Day. With the celebration on the field, which was beautifully done.
Yeah, the national anthem was the highlight of today.
Well, the gigantic Canadian flag with that huge maple leaf spread out over the outfield. That was beautiful. Popped up. Tulowitzki waves everybody off. One man gone. If you missed it earlier.
That's when flags were flags.
That's when flags were entire nations.
Right.
It was gigantic. It's beautiful. 150 years old today. Here's Chris Young. He's 1 for 3 with a base hit. And a high fly, but foul as he turned on that one. Stay right here after the 3rd out of this inning for a special behind-the-scenes look at what happens in between innings. John Farrell away today in Kansas City to see his son Luke, who made his major league debut. That's a shot over short toward the alley. Pilar picks it up deep in the gap. Hanley taking third base. He's in there safely.
Boy, how smart was that just to take the single. Perfect throw by Pilar into second base. I mean, perfect. Once again, Young gets a fastball. Look at that hack. It's like an abbreviated hack. Doesn't follow all the way through, but boy, he stings it.
And Chris Young with his second hit. He's hit the ball hard several times today. So Red Sox on the corners for Travis. One down. Sam's gone 0 for 3. Red Sox ahead 5-0 on day 2 here in Toronto. With a win today, the Red Sox would be 13-4 in Chris Sale's starts. I mentioned it before for Chris. In the 4 losses, would have lost those games where he's pitched, his ERA is 2.05.
Who starts the All-Star game? Is it him or Vargas of Kansas City?
It's a great question.
Yes.
You break it down, and it's a really good argument for both of them.
He's already done it. He did it last year in San Diego.
He did. Sale did. Vargas is leading in ERA, leads the American League 2.22. Sale came in at 2.77, ranked third. Vargas has 12 wins. Sale wins today, it'll be 11. But Sale has the lead in innings pitched and in strikeouts. That one rolls behind. No advance by Hanley. He's back into third, but Young moves up from first to second. And Sale has the lowest opponent's batting average in the American League.
I mean, the dominant guy, I mean, I'm all for it. He's got to start the All-Star game. The other guy throws soft salad, doesn't he? Vargas can't break a pane of glass. Just like Keuchel, and he hasn't pitched. Keuchel had it going on for a while, right? 8 or 9-0, whatever it is. He was on a. He looked like the guy that was going to be the All-Star starter. Meanwhile, he has DL'd, and he's not coming back till after.
He got hurt for a while. Santana looked like, you know,
right.
He might be that guy, but his ERA is significantly higher than either Vargas or Sale. Ground ball up the middle and picked off by Tulowitzki. He'll sling it on to first base to get the out. And there are 2 down runners holding at second and third. The AIG Fenway Hurling Classic and Irish Festival returns to Fenway with a doubleheader featuring 4 of the most prominent teams in the world. In addition to hurling, the festivities include a lively Irish festival complete with Irish food, music, and dancing. Tickets on sale right now at redsox.com/hurling. Abad and Boyer side by side in the Sox pen. So the afternoon is over for Chris Sale. Piled up 11 strikeouts and shut them out for 7 innings. Sandy Leon 1 for 3 today. He'll bat lefty. Young at second. Hanley Ramirez at third. And that one off the mid of Martin. And Karem's back. Hanley trying to score. Here's the tag, and he's going to be out at home. It came back real hard. Martin got a good bounce. And that's all for the Red Sox. Middle of the 8th inning, 5-0 Boston. Don't go anywhere as we stay in the park.
Great nation. Let us remember the one place that matters most. First place.
And the Red Sox have the lead.
When the Red Sox meet the Rangers, it's all about life, liberty, and the pursuit of the pennant.
Some win for the Boston Red Sox. Take a picture of that, fellas.
Red Sox Rangers. Coverage begins Monday at 7 on NESN.
So why do your low fares
Very successful night for the Red Sox. They won in 11 innings and trying to make it back-to-back wins and looking to take the series. They can do that today by winning Game 2 and up 5-0. Hey, tomorrow on a special 4th of July episode of NESN Clubhouse, we visit the Wilson factory in Chicago to learn about a special red, white, and blue glove. Plus, Drew Pomeranz put to the test on his American history knowledge in his small talk debut. NESN Clubhouse presented by Delta Dental of Massachusetts. Lane Boyer for the second straight day working out of the bullpen. So Chris Sale went the first 7.
I'll tell you what, he's done a nice job. He's invaluable. You think about it, because you can't go to Kelly 2 days in a row, but you can go to him after he went 2 innings last night. Got a W. Oh, no.
They got him. And Martin will take his base. He could not get out of the way, and he's the 3rd hit batsman today for Toronto.
Wow, that's scary. Obviously doesn't mean to hit him, but look at this. He kind of ducked. He couldn't get out of the way. There's no way. You got to hurry up and duck. Gets the back of his helmet. Oh, just nicked it though.
Kind
Who cares?
of a glancing blow, yeah, which is the good news, but that doesn't mean his head's not ringing.
Boy, he's going to have a face guard sooner or later. Ooh.
Skimmed him. Good to see him smile.
Yeah, really.
So Russell Martin on the hard way.
He's been hit twice.
Yes.
Foot, head.
They'll bring up Donaldson, who is delighted that Chris Sale is done for the day. Sale struck him out in the 1st, in the 3rd, and again in the 6th. Sox up 5-0. 8th inning. Tried to hold up, but a swing and a miss for strike 1. Drew Pomeranz going tomorrow afternoon at 1:07. He pitched around a couple of rain delays in his last out. He pitched very well. His ERA now 3.81. Did he hold up? That's a swing and a miss, and the count 0-2.
You know, last night Donaldson had such great at bats, spitting on breaking balls away, and he's just looked horrible for good reason with Sale pitching. But those last 2 swings where he just can't pull the trigger, looks just, it's funny. You never see him like that. Looking for a golden sombrero right here.
Oh. And he struck him out. That's a good pitch on the outside corner. So Donaldson fans for the 4th time.
Boy, 2 funky swings and a little high paint, if there is such a thing.
Lexus is making a pledge to strike out hunger. Every time a Sox pitcher strikes out a Toronto batter, Lexus donates $50 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. Here's Smoke. The only guy who had anything like a handle on Chris Sale today, a single and a double, but Sale also struck him out looking in the 4th inning. On his way to 11 Ks, 1 walk. In line to go to 11-3. In there for strike 1.
You know, the numbers with Sale are just incredible. One I was checking out, you know, walks to strikeouts on the year, you know, over 8-1. You know, that's just unheard of.
On pace to strike out 300 men. Which is another thing that's unheard of these days. And that's what Pedro did in their first strike.
Kershaw did it a couple of years ago.
In the American League, though,
right,
you just don't see that.
Yeah, the National League, you get that pitcher punch out. It's like a gift. Probably you get 25 a year like that.
Got a magical ring to it. It's like a hitter getting 200 hits.
I think it's harder.
Even harder, yeah.
Yeah, I do. I mean, not to take anything away from getting 200 hits. Come on.
Obviously, there's certain numbers in baseball, 100 walks, 200 hits, 300 wins, season accomplishments that are relatively rare and always impressive. 1-2 on Smoke.
Because you're going to punch him out in what, probably 230 innings, maybe,
Yeah, that's it.
Right.
That's in a really, really good year.
Right.
Boyer trying to get Smoke here with a runner at first.
You go back in time where Nolan Ryan broke the record held a long time by Sandy Koufax. I think Koufax ever had 382 or something like that. And Nolan went ahead of it. I mean, think about that. Almost 400.
That's astonishing.
That really is. But they used to throw close to 300 innings.
Sure. But almost 400 strikeouts.
Well, he had over, what, 5,000?
Bionic arm. Foul away. But you're right about Chris Sale. I mean, a guy who has that stuff and works that quickly and throws high caliber strikes over and over again. Just a pleasure to watch. It's really pitching as an art form. Martin on at first and a 1-2. Evens up the count on Smoke, who's had good at bats today. Of course, he's having an outstanding year. 22 homers, 52 RBIs.
Just went over 300, hitting 301 now.
Boy, would love to double him up here in the 8th inning. He fouled that one off himself, and he's in a little pain. Boy, a giant crowd here for Canada Day in Toronto, but the Red Sox have taken them out of it with very few exceptions. I mean, they've had nothing to cheer about today here.
You wouldn't know what time it is right now.
Tulowitzki on deck. 5 runs, 9 hits for the Sox. No runs, 4 hits for Toronto. If you missed it last night, the Red Sox got through it and they won in extra innings 7-4. Some late big hits by Hanley Ramirez, Xander Bogaerts, Devin Marrero. Red Sox had to rally to win that game too. They were down 3-0. Last couple of Red Sox wins they've been down 3-0. And have fought back. They have a 1-game lead in the AL East. Boyer with a 2-2. Red Sox with a day game tomorrow and then go to Texas for 4 games. We are allowed to wear polos when we go to Texas because it's so darn hot.
That's our perk out of this whole trip.
The one we get. We get that in a bottle of water. Red Sox going to Arlington for 4 and then Tampa Bay for 3. And there's a high pop up, not deep. Out goes Pedroia looking up into the roof. He's there. 2 down. Stay on top of the latest Red Sox news with NESN's free Red Sox text alerts. From breaking news to in-game alerts, NESN will make sure you're in the know. To sign up, text Red Sox to 536-536. Message and data rates may apply. Bottom of the 8th inning, 5-0. Tulowitzki the hitter, 1 for 3 with a single. Off the end of the bat, he popped it up into foul territory. Travis looking for some room. He's there to make the catch and can walk right into the dugout. Red Sox leading 5-0 after 8. The game summary brought to you by Xfinity. Chris Sale, tremendous again. 7 innings, 4 hits, 11 strikeouts, walked only 1 man, 7 shutout innings, big doubles early for Pedroia and Bradley. Smoked 2 for 4 with a double, but only 4 hits for the Blue Jays against the Red Sox pitching staff. 46,672 on Canada Day. The Red Sox are shutting out the Blue Jays to this point as we go to the 9th inning. Sandy Leon has gone 1 for 3 with a base hit. He'll be followed by Marrero and then Mookie Betts.
You just think about how important it is to have a guy once every 5 days. Obviously, you count on him to win, almost slam dunk with Sale. But ultimately, the way you use your bullpen nowadays, last night, 6 innings out of the bullpen.
That one hit sharply and a dive and a miss by Goins. And another base hit for Sandy Leon. He's 2 for 4. You ripped that one. 1540 Connection is a nonprofit teaching people how to detect cancer early to save lives and hope to educate and empower people everywhere. Jerry Remy will be at their gala on July 9th. He hopes you can be there too. Jerry continuing to rest comfortably his recovery after surgery. For more information and to register, visit 15-40.org.
Assume Jerry's getting stronger and stronger each day.
I talked to him the other day. He sounded pretty good for a guy who'd undergone about 6.5 hours of surgery. Here's Devin Marrero, a trickler. Barney on the charge. Nice scoop and throws it away. That caroms off the side fence. Leon on his way to third. He'll stop there and into second. Devin Marrero. So the Red Sox with an opportunity to really put this game on ice. Nobody out, 2 on.
Barney kind of took his time. This is not an easy play by any means, but just a little too long. He thought he was going to gun him out. Well, his gun went up the infield side of the bag, the outfield side of the bag, and he's lucky a run didn't score, but second and third here with nobody out, it's inevitable. Mookie's going to get some damage here, walking 3 times.
It's a base hit and an E5, so Marrero has a multi-hit game after an excellent offensive game last night in the Red Sox win when he went 2 for 4. 2 for 4 again. And Mookie 3 walks, 3 runs today. Your point about Sale and having Chris Sale every 5 days, pretty much guaranteed you're going to get a great start, you know. And how many true aces are there really in baseball?
Yeah.
Like that. Fouled away by Mookie.
To me, who's the best pitcher in the game? That's what he's after. You know, Kershaw's been the best pitcher in the game, right? Without question,
yeah.
right? I mean, I love Scherzer, personally. But Sale's right there.
Scherzer and Kershaw, by the way, go 1-2 in ERA in the National League.
I mean, I love Scherzer. he's something.
Those guys are true aces. Obviously, Chris Sale is. I think Corey Kluber is with Cleveland.
But you're talking about a guy like Scherzer who came over for all that money, turned down $1.50 with Detroit. I mean, are you kidding me?
Betting on himself. That one skips off Martin, but no advance. Sandy Leon at third base.
After
runner stay put, nobody out.
After getting thrown out last inning, he did not want to attempt it with nobody out.
Sox up 5-0. They have led from the very beginning with 2 runs in the first inning. Mookie Betts walked to start the game against Liriano, and he would score. That happened again in his next at bat and in his next one. 3 walks, 2 stolen bases, 3 runs. They're really impacting the game, even though he hasn't had a hit yet. And that's going to be in there for strike 3. Caught the corner. Tough cutter. 1 away.
And he's seen so many balls today that he said, well, this has got to be a ball. And it was like really borderline. Not the greatest breaker ball, a little up, but it did have the corner.
A man out for Dustin Pedroia has 2 RBIs today. He's gone 1 for 4.
You know, you get back to Price now. I can't get my mind off of, Sale and the money that he's making, you know. Short money. That's what made the trade that much sweeter, right? Don't you think? I mean, to get a guy like him locked up for a couple of years.
Relatively speaking.
Right.
Yep. Sure. 2-0. Maybe you have a chance to get Chris Sale. And look at the impact he has had on this Red Sox team and this pitching staff. I think part of what makes Sale, you know, beyond just a great pitcher is he's influencing other guys on the pitching staff.
How could he not? You watch it.
Count goes to 3-0 on Dustin Pedroia with 1 down. 1 more like that and they'll be loaded up for Xander Bogaerts. Taking all the way. That missed badly. Ball 4. So they are filled up. Pedroia walking again. He walked 3 times last night. For every Red Sox home run this season, Speedway donates $500 to Boston Children's Hospital. Now through the end of July, you can use your Speedy Rewards card when you purchase any size fountain or frozen drink for 69 cents and get an entry code to win a VIP experience. Xander looking to bust out. He has struck out 3 times. He's also driven in a run with a sacrifice fly in the 5th inning. That drove in Mookie Betts. All loaded up with 1 down in the 9th. And a flare into left field. A base hit. Leon will score. Here comes Marrero in to score. Pedroia diving into 3rd. He's safe. Sliding into 2nd. Xander Bogaerts, who has driven in 3 runs today. And the Red Sox open up a 7-0 lead.
Everything worked out just beautifully on this. Fastball in, he gets jammed, shoves it out into shallow left field. Look at this. Doink. Perfect placement. 2 runs are going to score so easily, and then Pedroia is going to attempt to headlong dive into third base. The throw goes there, and the runner moves up from first. Bogarts to second.
So a lot of the fans here in Toronto are heading for the exits to enjoy their Canada Day. The rest of it someplace else.
There they go.
With the Red Sox taking a commanding lead. You like the Sox chances when they got 4 quick runs with Chris Sale pitching. And now up 7-0. Hanley's had an excellent day. He's gone 3 for 4. A double, 2 singles. Runners at second and third. One man gone. Game number 81. So when this is finished, half the season will have been played. And that's in there for strike 3. That's certainly a generous call. Looked like it was probably off the corner.
He's got a couple of them this inning. One that borderline to Betts, and then that one to Hanley.
Here comes John Gibbons.
Pretty good pitch. Pitcher's pitch. A little outside.
Going to bring on Beliveau out of the bullpen. We'll take the break here as well. The Red Sox have jumped out in front 7-0 in the 9th inning, and we'll have more in a moment. Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. Left-hander Jeff Beliveau coming out of the bullpen. We have 2 down and Jackie Bradley up. Of course, Jackie's been carving lefties. He had a 2-run double in the first inning off the left-hand starter Liriano, and is 1 for 4. Beliveau, 30 years old. He is a native of Providence, Rhode Island. Lives in Cranston, Rhode Island. Graduated from Bishop Hendricken High School in Warwick, Rhode Island in 2005. He's the Rhode Island Gatorade High School Player of the Year. And the 0-1. Been a very good day for the Red Sox offense, too, with 12 hits. Hanley Ramirez with 3 of those. Chris Young has 2. Sandy Leon has 2, and so does Devin Marrero. And Mookie has scored 3 times. They did not want to pitch to him. He walked 3 times and scored 3 times. Xander Bogaerts moments ago with a big hit to drive in a pair. And things have gone swimmingly here in Toronto. Here comes the 0-2. And a wave and a miss for strike 3. And that'll do it for the Red Sox, who scored 2 more times. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Sox up by 7. They don't miss a game as the Red Sox trying to maintain sole possession of the top spot in the AL East before the All-Star break. You can import the NESN Red Sox calendar into your favorite desktop, web, or mobile calendar today to get automatic updates, game reminders, and much more. Visit NESN.com/schedule to import that schedule today. Left-hander Robbie Scott will come on and make an appearance here in the 9th inning with a healthy lead. Robbie retired the only 2 batters he faced in the 7th inning Sunday against the Angels. Take on Steve Pearce to begin the bottom of the 9th inning. Red Sox trying to get this win to Chris Sale. Outstanding once again. 7 innings, 4 hits, 11 strikeouts, no runs for the ace left-hander. Toronto does not want to see Chris Sale again, like ever.
Right. You're talking about 15 innings, 24 strikeouts in this ballpark this year.
Still a lineup that can hurt you, especially with the home run ball. He drops in a strike at 85. Drew Pomeranz going tomorrow.
Knuckle curve, man.
Last 8 starts, Pomeranz has a 2.66 ERA.
Like I said before last night, we're talking about this 10-game road trip. You can have 5-man rotation, spin twice, go through this rotation twice, and you can get some distance between you and the Yankees before they get here after the All-Star break.
The Red Sox will open up at home. Line shot into left. That one headed for the wall. And that one gets out of here. That's a home run for Pierce. So no shutout today. Pierce turning on that one for his 6th home run of the year to get Toronto on the scoreboard in the 9th inning.
Robbie Scott has had to face a lot more right-handed hitters. He's not just necessarily been a left-handed specialist this year. You talk about the grand slam he gave up in Kansas City, which you didn't expect him to have to face him. But here, 7-0 game, you can have the home run.
Chris Young had raced back there preparing to play it off the fence, but it snuck over. So 7-1 Boston. Here's Pilar. You saw that shot go over the lighted wall out there in left field. Well, Pilar the other day hit a ball that he thought into those lights was gone. It's to the other side out there to right center field, but he thought that ball was gone, and he had slowed up into his home run trot, and he had to race to second base. Whoa. And he barely got in there. And it's easy to do, actually, to lose sight of it and think it's over the wall when it's into the lights.
That's a nightmare for guys like you, right? You have to stay with it. You can't make that call too early.
And a ground ball. Bogart's backing up the spin. He loves that play. On target for out number 1. Bogart sets down Pilar here, and Barney will be next. Barney on the day 0 for 3, a strikeout, a flyout, and another flyout. All of that against Chris Sale. And Scott with his first pitch in there for a strike to Barney. Yankees will play tonight. Red Sox hope to have a 1.5 game lead going into that Yankee game against Houston. And another day game tomorrow for the Sox here in Toronto at Rogers Center. They're expecting another big crowd. Today, almost 47,000. And the 2-strike pitch from the lefty. And a liner toward the gap. That splits the alley over to get it. Young. Barney with a big turn. He'll go back to first base. Got himself a single. A couple of hard hit balls here.
Keeps the inning alive there. Barney. Right-handed hitters have some good swings at Robbie Scott. Finally faces a left-handed hitter.
In Goins, who's 1 for 3 with a single. Red Sox have played a very complete game here this afternoon. One down, and he'll look at ball 1.
You know, you go back to both these games here last night, how the Red Sox scored their runs, no home runs. And then you see how Toronto scored their runs last night on 2 home runs, today on 1 home run.
Pretty good idea of how these teams do score. Very high percentage for Toronto is on the home run when they do score. They're not a juggernaut anymore. They can hit the home run ball. It's not a huge strength. Obviously, this is Red Sox team, but 7 runs today, 7 runs last night.
With no home runs.
Without the home run. Red Sox overcoming 3-0 deficits each of the previous games that they won. So that's a very promising development, that even if they get behind a few runs, they're proving here lately that they can come from behind and win the game anyway. And Scott with a 2-1 pitch to the number 9 hitter Goins. You were talking about the Red Sox upcoming schedule, and this road trip leads into the All-Star break, which is the 10th through the 13th. The All-Star game itself is in Miami. And the Red Sox will open up the second half against the Yankees and Toronto at Fenway. And the Red Sox are playing a lot more home games after the All-Star break than they did prior. 2-2, and he drops it in there. Strike 3. No argument from Goins, and they're 2 away.
Robbie Scott just freezes Goins on a fastball right there. He knows it.
Lexus is making a pledge to strike out hunger, and every time a Sox pitcher strikes out a Jays batter, Lexus donates $50 to the Greater Boston Food Bank. So one more out to get. Red Sox with a 7-1 lead. And a 1 out away from winning the series, with the finale coming up tomorrow. Here's Bautista. Runner goes. They're going to give him second base. Defensive indifference. No stolen base there for Barney. Bautista today 0 for 3 with a walk. One of the strikeout victims of Chris Sale. Gary DiSarcina had the club today. Assuming the Red Sox win this game, the Red Sox will have won both of the games where he filled in for John Farrell. John away to see his son make his major league debut today. His son Luke. A high pop up, sky high. That should end it. Leon underneath, flips the mask. Sandy's got it, and that's the ball game. And a little hug there with Marrero as the Red Sox celebrate a victory here in Canada on Canada Day. Chris Sale dominant again, just brilliant through 7 innings, 11 Ks, and TC plenty of offense here this afternoon.